Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Anything Goes with Anna Rose. And I am the most excited for this guest today. I have the formidable, incredible, talented, brilliant Millie from Kaarme Jewels. Welcome.
Oh my God, hello.
Hi.
Hi, queens.
Everybody.
I feel like it's like when you're in the camera, you're like, hello.
Hola.
Literally. Thank you for having me.
It is honestly my greatest privilege. I have had lots of amazing guests. You too, right? Far out.
Yeah.
You are the founder of Kaarme Jewels. You have just started in real time with Millie, which is how we've connected and met, which I'm so grateful for. And you have a phenomenal story we're going to get into. But we met because you did start in real time with Millie.
I did.
And I want to start there because this was the connection I had with you and how I've been so insanely inspired.
I love.
And what I want to say is like, yes, I've met amazing people. I've been in business 13 years. I'm a little bit older than her.
Only a smidge. Only a smidge.
No, a bit. But I met you and I was immediately enamored. I was like, wow, you left. And I said to Ryan, like, she's the fucking real deal.
Oh.
And it's very rare. And I know like we've sort of in between, because we haven't had a lot of time. Like we haven't caught up. We'll bump you in and then we're out and then you're done. But this is my mirror to you. Like you are honestly one of the most real, authentic, just honest. Your vibration is like, I'm fucking here. I'm going to do it. Like me or hate. Like it's just, it is so refreshing. I cannot explain.
Thank you.
And I said to Ryan, I'm like, I have to get out. Do you think she'll come on my podcast?
Of course.
But that's who you are, right?
Yeah.
You were just like, queen, if it's in my calendar, I'm coming.
Yeah. If it's in the Google Cal, I'll be there.
She's there.
10 minutes early. I'm a 10-minute early bitch.
It is absolutely true. It's exactly true. So let's start there and then I want to go into the Kaarme story.
Yes.
In real time with Millie, talk me through why you started it and what was the story behind that.
So I'd always said, I was actually having this conversation yesterday. So obviously Kaarme is my brand. I started that. I've had many lives, blah, 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 blah. But when I first started Kaarme, nobody would help me. I sent so many DMs, so many voice notes, so many messages, and I didn't send them. Like, I look back, I wasn't angry that no one responded, but I was just kind of like, why is this so difficult? Like it just felt so difficult. And then I said to Kat, who is my GM at Kaarme, we used to work under her house, and I said, one day when I have enough knowledge and when I feel like I've got enough connections, enough people, I can source answers. Like when I feel like I have the ability, I will start a podcast purely for no other reason than just to make sure younger founders, age or where they are in their business, have somewhere to go that will give them feasible tools. Like I want, like if you ask me, whatever you ask me, I'll find you the answer. Like I don't know everything. Obviously my vibe is jewelry, but I don't know. I just wanted to kind of give back in some way. Because when I first started, it was like impossible. And I think I just wanted to do that. I love yapping.
Yes, love the yap.
I've got lots of good friends that are in business. And I thought, what a perfect other stream of marketing in a way. And another good stream of, I don't know, sharing knowledge. Like I just think women like are incredible and the knowledge that we have is incredible and why not share it?
Yeah. And what I love about you and what I have like told you, you are Kaarme. Kaarme is your legacy.
Yeah.
1 billion %. And what I've been witnessing in you, even just bumping in your podcast and just your wild network, I just see, and my experience with you is I knew of Kaarme.
Yeah.
You've heard this story now. But I did know of Kaarme. I'm wearing it. I'm like,
we're both wearing the alley drop.
I love
Vibes, my favorite piece.
Yeah, well this has got, I'll tell you off camera, but there's very significant this. So I'd seen Kaarme. I've seen Kaarme on many influencers. I love Kaarme. My best friend owns Kaarme. But I was almost always like, oh, I don't want to be like, I don't want to copy anyone.
Yeah.
I don't want to like be that girl that's just like jumping on a trend. And this is very important. And this is so like powerful for the listener, especially women in business to hear. Then I met you.
Yeah.
And I started to learn, and it sounds crazy now because now I've bought Kaarme, I like watch your stories, your ads pop up, you're in so many of them and I want to talk about that. So I'm like, how did I not know Millie was connected to Kaarme? But I didn't. And then when I met you, I was like, I don't care what this bitch is selling. Like you could
I'm buying.
I'm fucking buying. Like you could have been a dog groomer and then I would have got a dog to, like I would have been like amazing.
Yeah.
So what I learned, and this is what I said to Ryan, and this is so important for I think women in business as well. Whether you want to be, like I always say, whether you want to be the face and the brand of your business, you are.
You are.
And when I met you, it was this moment where I got to experience that for the first time in my life. I've met billionaires, millionaires, like famous people. I've met lots of people, even thanks to this studio. But then when I met you, I was like, oh, this slaps, like recognizing that connect between, I'll follow this founder now because of who she is.
Yeah.
And I feel like with your podcast, that's what I'm excited for you because I'm like, I feel like Millie as Kaarme you're going to become more Millie.
Yes. And I think there's so many conversations you can have on being forward facing as a founder. I think my opinion is like it's the most important tool in your toolkit. But 100%, I think it allows just me to have more presence over more things, like diversify where your face is. You know?
It was on the podcast the other day. It was you or someone said, like, you're either everywhere or you're nowhere.
Absolutely.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Guys, Millie, you can thank Millie. I've finally started a TikTok. I don't have TikTok. That was you.
Amazing.
Because I was listening to your podcast and you did a business, like you were just answering girls' businesses.
Yeah.
And you were like, if you're not on TikTok and you're not posting every single day, what are you doing? And I stormed up to Ryan in the gym and I was like, what am I doing? Like I need to get, I've said it a billion times, but I didn't do it and I've started it.
Yeah, I think if we're not using a free resource, like what the fuck are you doing? It costs so much for paid marketing. And this is what you learn in business. Like use the free things.
Yeah.
Like no one cares, And I think I also give everyone grace because when I first started posting on social media, I was a nurse and people would make fun of me. So I'm like, I understand everyone's got their thing and their insecurity and your ex-boyfriend's friend's dog follows you on Instagram. I literally get it, but I think it's just you just got to move through it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Get it done. Post.
Yeah. Show the fuck
use
up.
It. Show up.
Show up. So let's go to Kaarme.
Yeah.
Because it's been I've been learning about the story, but I want you to tell it because I'm learning through the podcast. But how did it start?
So I'd had many jobs before this, and I think most entrepreneurs do. They have crazy jobs. And I was just telling the girls I actually used to read tarot. Oh, no, I heard this on the podcast. Yeah,
and I was
so random.
What?
I've had so many different little things that I've done. But long story short, I've always been super creative. I've always done content or being creative. I love fashion. I love everything like that. I was a nurse in emergency for 8-10 years, and I loved being a nurse, but I just got fatigued by it. I was over it. And I was living in a share house in Coolangatta, and I came home one day and I was like, I think I'm going to start a jewelry brand. And my roommate, it was this moment that I think that people don't talk about enough. She was like, oh my God, I could so see that. And I think it was just that moment of okay, she validates.
She believes in me.
She believes in me. So I literally bought an iPad that day. I started doing up all these drawings. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be perfect. It's going to be easy. I'm going to send these little drawings away. They're going to come back. It's going to be this perfectly little sample. Oh my God, great. It was not fucking that.
Narrator.
I could not figure out what the hell was going on. I was manufacturers, costing, sampling. It's so much money. I was like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. And then I just thought I love color. I am the friend in the group that is a color vomit world. All my friends are beige queens, and they used to always laugh at me. Would go for drinks, and I'd rock up, and they'd be like, wow, beautiful fit. And I was like, yes, someone's got to carry the color.
You are very eclectic.
I'm very eclectic.
Yeah, you come in, and I'm like, you're a fucking vibe. Your outfits, I'm like, wow, I would never have put that together.
No, and I get to the office some days, and the girl's like, wow. I'm like, yeah, it's tea. Tea.
Yeah.
And then I was like, how hard could it be to make jewelry? So I just literally sat down. I had this tiny desk in a share house, and I put it in the corner of the garage. I started ordering beads off Etsy. I kind of YouTube how you would make a necklace. And then it just started from there. I made a few necklaces, and I was like, I reckon these are really cool. And then that led to something else. And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to launch it handcrafted. So I launched. I had this cute little launch night with the little cards I'd done on Canva, and everyone came over, and I launched. And it actually did really well. I think I had 5 random people that bought on launch night that I didn't know. But I used my previous tarot account, so I did have somewhat of a following. Very small.
Yeah, but
it wasn't lucrative.
But to honour you, like, it's a tarot account.
It's exactly. It's not jewelry.
It's correct.
So random. And then from there, it just kind of it pitted along. I think it was like, yeah, it didn't like nothing really happened for quite a long time. Like I'd get an order here and there, and then Kat, who works for me now, who's like my soul, love that bitch more than life.
Yeah, she
was having a baby. She was like 37 weeks pregnant, and I was like, "Can I rent the underneath of your house?" And she was like, let me just ask Zach. And Zach is her husband, who I also know really well. And she came back and she said yes. And I thought, even if Zach said no, she was saying yes. Yeah. Like, that's who she is. And they let me, and I think back now, I don't have children. I think I would never have let anyone into my fucking space that heavily pregnant. And she was just like,
sure.
Good. Yeah. So I moved my little desk in. I used to go there like every day, when I wasn't nursing, make designs, launch them, nobody would buy. It was like a never ending bit of like a cycle. I'd get a little order every now and again, got a little bit of exposure, like just like nothing really happened. And then I decided I was going to move to New York. I've always had this dream of going to New York, like most girls in the world. I was like, I'm going to move to New York.
City.
Yeah, I'm going to go there, rah, rah, rah. And I sat in front of Kat one day and I was like, I think I'm just going to close it down.
Can I ask though, so give me the timeline on this.
Yes.
So you, by the way, we're podcasting in Pinot.
We've got a Pinot.
We're bringing it in. Podcast and Pinot. When you, so from Kaarme, like I think I'm going to start that conversation you have with your beautiful housemate to, I think I'm going to shut it down and go into New York. What's that timeline?
So October 2023 would have been like when I spoke to Charlie.
Yep.
And then November 2023, I launched Kaarme.
Yeah.
And then I went to New York the following July.
Okay, this is huge. Because you got to remember what you like for people listening. I'm like, also you just have said like you got a couple of orders like here and there. A lot of people would have already given up, like including.
I think most businesses don't go past 3 months.
Yeah.
So I really will say, like, I was down there, I was beading, I was designing, like I had no orders to go out. It was my days off. I could have easily given up, but I was like, oh yeah. And then Kat had Otis, who's like he's my blood. I say to her, I'm like, I feel like I birthed him. Yes. I obviously didn't, but like I love him with life. So it was a really beautiful time because I think it was just like me, Kat and Otis and with bead, and it was really beautiful. And then I was kind of like, fuck this, I'm going to do something different. And I think it's a really important, my timeline has been like people at the right time who haven't pushed me because I don't like to be pushed. Don't tell me what to do because I'll do the opposite. It's a really bad part of my brain. And Kat was like, I think you should just wait till you get back from New York. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And she's like, just wait. Like, you know, but she would have known. I think her gut was like, what are you doing? Like, no, you've worked so hard. Anyways, I went to New York, and in New York, nothing crazy happened. I thought I was going to have this big like, oh my God, I was going to like fall in love and my life was going to change. Nothing that crazy happened. I just partied a lot and had a lot of fun, which vibe. But I had this like really momentary feeling where I was like, okay, you're going home soon. Your 3 months is coming to an end. You can either go back to nursing, do the same thing, whatever, or you can give this like one last big shot and really like see. And I'm not sure what it was energetically, but I just had this gut feeling that it was always Kaarme. That's why I kind of think I was like back and forward a little bit, and why Kat pushed me. I don't know. It just kind of felt like it was Kaarme. So I came back. I voice noted a girl called Laura, and I was like, could you help me with my graphics? We'll do like a little bit of an increase, and that cost me like maybe $500 that I didn't have. I came back and I was still nursing. I used to go to these dreaded nursing shifts. I can't even tell you. I'd sit in the toilet on my phone and be like, Kat, I don't want to be here. And she was like, you're all right. Like, keep going.
You've got me.
And I was beading.
It's such a powerful story.
I just like really gave it my all. Like I can't even tell you, like I was networking like there was no tomorrow. Like I was just messaging people. I was trying to get Kaarme on people. I was just doing God's fucking work. I was like, this like has to work. And I also think going to the nursing shifts, I was so tapped out by that point. And I would say that I was an amazing nurse, but by the end of it, I was over it. And I hated seeing who I was nursing. I was just like, I wasn't vibrant. I wasn't giving anyone any joy. And I was like, it's time. This has got to go. And then I got the start of Kaarme was I got it on a few little influencers very slowly, and it cost me so much money. I remember like doing gifting and being like nobody would wear it, and then I didn't have any money coming in, so I had to rebuy it. It was a whole thing. It was so scary. And I've got a video of me designing in Central Park this initial necklace, like this like initial necklace, and I was like, I don't know what that's going to be, but it's going to be great and blah, blah, blah. And then we launched our pearl initial. No one bought it.
Interesting.
I was like,
this is the one I've got.
life.
That one. That I'm pretty sure it's like literally being delivered today.
Oh, I was like, fuck. And I said to Kat, like, this is the like, why isn't this fucking working? I like fully had a full sook. I was like, this is not working, and I'm over it, and I'm giving it my all, and I'm buying these things, and and she was like, okay, like, you know, Kat's beautiful. She's very soft. And I remember being like, why the fuck does no one answer my DMs? I was working at Sabi, the store, at this time, helping with content. I remember thinking,
Sabi.
Yeah, I was working for Ash and Jace, and Ash was like, yes, girl, like keep working, it'll take off, like do your thing, like do your business, like, but I would help them with content. And I thought, like, they can do it, I can do it. Like it's gonna happen. And then I called a friend and I was like, no one responds to my DMs, and I was whinging and I was having a big sulk, and she was like, no offense, like nobody cares. Like unsend your messages and resend them.
I love that friend.
And I was so offended. I was like, oh my God, rude.
I just need you to sit in my fucking shit for a minute.
But she just did it, and I was like, fair enough. Anyways, I unsent, and it was Sophie Pierce, someone else, and Elodie. And these three people would have never responded. Like, not like they chose. Their inboxes were too full.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. So I unsent them and I resent them, and that night they all responded. It was just like energetic.
Wow.
I can't explain it. It was like a perfect little like thing came together. And Elodie had said, oh, can I have these 3 initials on a necklace? And I was like, oh my God, can I even afford that? Like, I remember just thinking like, you can have anything. Who knows? And I had my old little shitty DIY packaging and I dropped it off. And before that, we'd had a bit of traction. Like, we'd had a little bit of traction. Like, I think we had a few micro influencers and a few people here and there, and we were getting a few orders.
Up. Like, consistency was
there. We went from like
there.
1 every 3 months to maybe like 5 a month to like 3 a week to it was slowly picking up. And then Elodie went to this hens weekend, and she wore her necklace the whole weekend.
I would have seen, like, this is probably when you would have come on my radar.
Yeah.
I saw it on Elodie. Like, that's how
everyone
I found
did.
It. Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I was at work on a nursing shift, and I was in the kids area, and I had this little sick kid in my arms. I was holding him and I was working, and my phone was just like blowing up, and it was all my friends being like, holy fuck, like Elodie's wearing your necklace. Everyone's following. And it's funny how you don't remember things fully, but like I wish I could go back to that moment. And I've got a video. I felt so overwhelmed, and I put this baby back whoever belonged to the baby. Yeah. And I went to the med room, and I've recorded this video being like, because I just wanted to capture a little moment. I was like, she does not know what she's done for me and my business. And from there, it took off a little bit, but I wouldn't say it converted in sales. It was just like interest.
Interesting.
And then she just kept wearing.
Yeah.
And she loved it as much as I loved it. Yeah. So I think that's what worked. It was that she was obsessed.
Yes. I feel like you don't see Elodie without a Kaarme piece on now.
She's always wearing it. And I think she loved it. And I remember like, it's so funny. I remember buying her like a gift to say thank you. And she was like, oh.
I love your
And I was
stuff.
like, thank you so much. You just changed my life. And she was like, no. And she's just been like integral, but it's because she just loved my product.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was still nursing at this stage, and I was still under Kat's house. And mind you, it was just me beading. So think of all these necklaces that were coming in. I was still nursing. And then I was at Kat's house, and I was like, when am I going to see any money? What the fuck is going on here? And I was crying. It's just so funny. Like, Kat was so postpartum. She had like quite a difficult child in terms of sleep and feeding. And I'm there crying. I thought the poor bitch had 2 kids. Like, truly, I think, did I not have any awareness? I was like, God, I don't have any money. And then Otis is there like, I just thought, oh my God, I think that bitch needs a raise. And then Zach, her husband, would come home and he's like, why do I have 2 wives here?
Why are 2 wives crying?
Why are you always here, Millie? Like, go home. I'll be like, I just don't know. At one point, he was beating. Like, it was just such and I think we'll always remember those times. But then I remember I was like, when am I going to stop nursing? I didn't have enough money. It was like a whole thing. And then one day I was downstairs and I was going to a late shift, and I was like, I can't do it. I was so over it. I was like, I would have done anything I would have kept going, but I was like, oh, this is killing me. And then Kat came downstairs, I had my headphones in, and she's like, oi, look at the Shopify. And I think we got 30 orders. Elodie had posted, and we got 30 orders, and I never went back to nursing. I called up, canceled my shift, and I had no idea that would be the day.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'll go next week, I'll do a shift. And just never went back.
What? And when was that? Can I ask?
And that was, Kat will listen to this and correct me most likely.
We love you, Kat.
But I would say that was either the end of September or early October.
Of 2024.
So just under a year of having Kaarme.
Holy hell. Which is so phenomenal. And can I also say, I know you know this, but I'm like, I hear all this and I'm hearing you talk and I know my audience and I know my beautiful community and they're unicorns and they all want business, are in business, love business.
I saw them last night all following me and I thought the girls are here.
The coins have arrived. They are unicorns. You're going to be absolutely obsessed with them. But I know that, like, so for me, I hear everything you're saying. I'm like, yes, but it is energy and it is energetics. And I'm like, all of these things, like Kat, your best friend who's a unicorn, like, you know what's so funny? I was working at 10 o'clock last night and I get an email, like I sent your TDH, like,
she's like, hello, can I have the invoices?
Yeah. No, but I love her. No, but I'd sent them at like
good.
Whatever, 4 o'clock or something. And she's replying, but I'd been like, Kat, I listened to you on the podcast. I love you, like, rah, rah.
So cute.
And she was replying at 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, of course you are. Like, because you're Kat. I've heard all the stories. Like, but you like let women hear your story and also know like you got to that level because you are who you are.
Absolutely.
And 100%. It's your energy and you never gave up and you put in the hard work. And so I feel like today so many women get ready to get ready to get ready to get ready to get ready and they'll fucking stay in Canva for 10 million hours and ask their cousin's boyfriend's mother's sister-in-law's dog. Do you know what I mean? And whereas you, I feel like
while you're wasting time in Canva, someone's taking action.
Yeah. And I hear your story and that's all I hear. And this is why for me, and this will be so big for women listening to like,
and I'm an open book, anything.
Yeah, but it's like listening to your podcast, I take action
from it.
Because I'm like, this bitch just moves. Like, what am I doing? Like,
oh yeah, I'm a fast mover.
Yeah.
And I drive Kat. That's one thing with me and Kat, we're very different. She's quite slow and reserved. I'm off. And she just unfortunately has to navigate. She's like, oh my God, hold on. Can we just, and I'm like, nah.
No. But what's your human design?
I'm a manifesting generator and I'm a specific, she's going to hate, Kat's a human design reader. That's like her.
Well, I'm a projector, Kat.
Yeah, interesting. And her husband's a projector.
Mm.
Zach's a projector. You don't strike me as a projector.
No, everyone's like, you're a manifesting generator. I'm not.
Actually, maybe you do actually a little bit.
But I'm splenic. So what I was going to say with you is I'm splenic. So when I know. I know. And you can't fucking tell me otherwise. So I'll be like, I'll make a decision and it's like yesterday with the IVF stuff, Ryan was like, this isn't a conversation. Like you've made your mind up. And I was like, yep. Like it's just when I know.
Yeah.
And I wonder what you are.
She'll have to tell me, but I've got some part of my personality. One thing I've got, I don't know what it is in my human design, but I get over things really quickly. I don't know what it is.
I love HD, so
yeah,
I'm like,
she's amazing, Kat. But I'm a very fast mover. I don't know what I reckon my decision making has come with time. I will say, but I definitely like gut feeling. I think things just move when they're meant to move. Like if something is sticky, it's not it.
And do you bring that into your business so big time? Yeah. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. And I could tell you 100 things where I've continued pushing. Like once we launched these fucking earrings. And I'll never forget it. I knew in my gut they were not the right thing to launch. I don't know why I went against it and then they all came damaged.
Yeah.
They were all delayed. They came damaged. And now if that happened, it wouldn't be a problem, right? Because you have so much capital in the business. You just like, I would refund everyone.
Yeah.
Like I have morals. I've got like integrity. But then you're on like the dollar that went here and there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nightmare. But like things like that, I wish I could go back and be like, just go with your gut straight away. Like, don't listen, just do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And this is what I love about the potty. It's like female founders, the superpower of the feminine is our intuition.
100%.
So like we are actually superstar, superwomen, rock stars in business because if you actually just lent on your feminine, we're masculine. Like I'm masculine in my business. I'm driven, I'm motivated. Like you're the same. You're it.
I think we're very similar.
But then the feminine aspect, people go, but then how do you balance? I'm like, my intuition.
I think it also depends. Like I don't know if you agree, but I haven't been in a relationship for a while, but I'm very feminine in a relationship.
Yes.
But I'm very masculine and independent in all other areas. But when I'm in a relationship, I'm really soft and I'm very feminine. And it's really funny because none of my close friends these days have seen me really in a relationship because my relationship, my long-term relationship ended when I was like 24 or 26-ish. I can't really remember. And everyone's like, I can't imagine that. But I'm like, yeah, I'm super soft
really
in a relationship. I'm like a big mushy.
I see, I can picture it completely.
Yeah, teddy bear. But we're very similar.
Yeah, because if Ryan's around, I was shooting all day.
Yeah, but a man like Ryan, you naturally feel soft. Yeah. Like the second you're like, oh my God, he'll find me. It's like that Taken movie. If someone takes me, Ryan's finding me.
Well, you know
like,
that there's a trend at the moment and it's like no one's coming to save you.
Yeah.
And it's like, motherfucker, Ryan exists in the world.
That should be a piece of content.
Yeah.
Like a carousel, like no one's coming to save me. Fuck off. Ryan's coming.
Ryan exists.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful.
But it's true. That's like definitely me to a T.
Yeah. I love that. And this is so powerful for women. This is what I want women to understand in business or that want to start a business or like they really struggle with this. It's this whole, because I feel like there are coaches and trends and reels and social media that tell us to do this and then do this and you're wrong for this in terms of like owning your masculinity. I'm like, no, I love my masculinity in business. You rock at it because
I've just never had an issue.
Yeah.
I think that I'm probably a bit of a unicorn person though. Like I do think that I just like,
you just are.
I just don't care. I'm like, well, it takes a certain person to run a company to get to a certain size, like what Kaarme is. So be that person or don't be that. Like, I don't know. Yeah. You can't be soft and fuzzy all the time.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Yeah. But I think that I reckon this conversation's just come down to years of this super masculine, feminine dynamic, which I'm all for. But like, you can just be both.
Yep.
And in some areas you're one, some areas you're the other. When I have kids, I'm sure I'll be purely feminine and I'll step away from being a masculine in my business. But like,
until such time.
It's polarity. You can be both. It's literally balance.
Yeah. I love.
You know?
Now, and I feel like I know all this because I'm like,
I'm
going to listen to the podcast. But I've just heard it a lot and I'm like, God, I cannot wait to unpack this with her. And we don't need to get into specifics, but now understanding more of the timeline. So that first year of just like inspiration to me because it's like you could have given up, etc. You didn't. You start to blow up because you showed up and you never gave up.
Yes, absolutely.
Then I heard, so that was late 2024.
Yes.
We're early 2026, right?
Yes.
2025 has happened.
Yes.
I've heard on a few episodes you'd be like, holy fucking shit, I almost had a nervous breakdown. Can we unpack that?
Absolutely. So I would say, I think most businesses grow in like a steady trajectory. They'll have these peaks and they'll have like a semi-trough, but they'll never go as low as what they were, right?
Yep.
So they'll kind of have a peak and they'll semi-trough. They'll go along, they'll have a peak and they'll semi-trough. There was none of that. It was Mount Everest. It was just, I can't explain to you. It just never stopped.
Right.
So we had, firstly, I needed somewhere to live because I was renting out my best friend's spare room. I had everyone beading. Everyone. Like when I say everyone, my roommate Daisy, who's like my best friend, Kat was beading. She used to come, she goes to put Otis to bed, she'd come down and bead.
What a queen.
Someone get that bitch a raise. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Kat, we've got you.
She, she was doing God's work.
Yeah.
Like she was in the trenches and she was like, I'm going to go down there and bead. I would never.
Can I say, she's so she is the Gail to your Oprah.
Oh, 100%. She's the only reason why Kaarme still would have grown. Like I'm not taking that away from myself, but it would never have grown to the success semi-smoothly without Kat.
Beautiful.
She has been a force in that. But I needed somewhere to live because I couldn't hire staff and be underneath Kat's house. She had a little baby and, I hired one of my first staff members and she was integral in Kaarme growing.
Oh, wow.
And I used to take her stuff to her house. I'd write her a list of the necklaces. She'd make them. She'd put it in a Tupperware box, close the lid with all like the ends out. Then I'd go and get them from her house and I'd go home and I'd finish all the necklaces.
Wow. Like we're talking 2025?
Yeah. This is like not even long. Like this is not long ago. This is like last, February? January, February.
Wow.
And I would go to Kat's. I would just finish hundreds and thousands of necklaces and we'd send them out. We had like a camping table. Like it was so DIY. And then I moved into a unit where I was able to have like a little bit of space.
Yeah.
I hired a few girls casually.
Is this like a warehouse unit you mean?
No, like a little house unit because
I
was too scared to get a warehouse. I thought, is this a trend? Is it going to continue?
100%. Huge risk.
I was a bit like, I don't really know. I don't have parents. My dad used to have his own business in plastering, but I don't have anyone in my life that had any kind of like knowledge. I was just like, oh, I don't know and I'm not really sure and so I rented this house and it was a beautiful transition. It allowed me to have staff kind of grow Kaarme, learn a little bit, and then we got a little warehouse at the front of Burleigh.
Yeah.
And it's funny how everything happens. Like I walked into the little warehouse in the front of Burleigh and I knew it was the one.
Yeah.
Moved into there and then we set up and then Kaarme from there, that would have been, I think maybe June.
Wow.
No, maybe, June. So we were in Vogue in May. So we got asked to be in British Vogue in May. That was a whole other part. But like, it just went from zero to, like, I can't explain it. Like, I went from not even being able to pay for my first launch that was launching in December. I had to borrow $3,000 off Daisy or I don't even know how many thousand, to like seeing money that I've never seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I think that's all gone back into the business. It's completely business money. But I think having all those experiences for your nervous system at once, I was a bit like
it's a lot.
It's so much.
It's a lot.
And
That is a lot.
I had Kat, so she was so good, but I think it was crazy. And then 2025, so we were in British Vogue. We kept growing. We had more influences.
Are they coming to you at this point?
They're coming to me at this
point. I was like,
point.
surely.
Yeah, they're coming to me at this point. And that was crazy even in itself. I was like, yes, you can have a necklace, bitch.
Yeah.
So much easier than all this outreach.
Yeah.
And then we were just trying to design. What else kind of happened? Honestly, literally so much. And then I moved into the warehouse at the front. And then by the end of last year, we'd had a few big launches that did well that were a little bit manufactured. Because obviously scaling a handcrafted business is a thing in itself, and that's still a process we're working through. And then we grew out of that. We went to another warehouse, and it's just been like...
Oh, so, okay. You've already moved.
We've already moved, and like that's
why.
Insane.
Because I was curious. I've heard you say it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it was like... It's growth. Is what
100.
It was.
We were on top of each other
growth.
packing. Orders were going to the wrong places because we had stacks of orders. It was too hard. And I think this comes down to making the decision before you're ready. Like, I didn't really want to spend more money on a warehouse. I was like, holy fuck, bigger warehouse, bigger insurance, bigger rent. I was like, oh my God. And my dad was down on holiday actually at the time. And I remember having a moment where I was looking at all the girls. We had camp tables in this little office, and I was like, they need more space. It's not enjoyable. They crunched up on this little couch having their lunch it was just like I couldn't create an environment, and something I've always stood by is like, when I can, I will make a beautiful environment for staff. I don't want people to be cluttered and all on top of each other. And I called my real estate, which is like a whole other story in himself. His name's Brendan. And he was like, I've got this warehouse like on the same block around the corner. And I was like, I'll have it. So we literally moved down there that weekend. And then we've been in there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to outgrow it. But
you definitely will.
I'm not engaging in that kind of conversation just yet.
Yeah,
we don't think about it.
We don't bring that in.
I'm like, it's got to work
at some point. Yeah, and then it will, and then it will be phenomenal. Yeah. And then that's incredible.
But 2025, I would say, nearly killed me. Really had me having to look at myself in like a lot of very difficult ways. I think when you have big growth, it's stress, and it brings out some of the worst sides of you. And I think that was really difficult as well. And, me and Kat have gone through that all together. Like Kat's had to see that, and like me really stressed, and oh my God, I think like it's a lot, By the end of last year, I was really quite broken. I was like, oh my God, I just don't know if this is like worth it. It's a lot. Like, it's so fast when you have such fast growth.
Which every founder has felt.
100.
I felt it this morning. I woke up and I was like, fuck life. Like, I burn it all to the ground. And then we were laughing, and I was like, and then I put some makeup on, and then you rock back up to your office or your beautiful space, and you're like, no, I've got this. I'm a bad bitch. We can do stressful, hard things.
Absolutely.
Throughout that year, because that was only a minute ago.
Like literally a minute.
A minute. What was the biggest lesson for you from all of that?
Oh, I think I probably have two. The first one was probably, and Kat's going to laugh because this is something that we learned together, but probably get more curious. I think being more curious around people, how they're feeling, how your personality is probably impacting other people, or how, when I'm stressed, or I'm a really quick mover.
Yes.
And I just expect people to be able to do that with me.
Yeah.
Some people can't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, actually, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing this. We're going to go over here. I don't like the design. And like, sometimes that can dysregulate people. So I think like getting more curious and like just being quiet and allowing people, like just listening probably a little bit more. Number one. And I would say my second lesson is that the stress and like panicked, nasty, like those shadow sides of you that come out when you're stressed are actually just like okay, and you can live with them.
Yeah.
because I think I went through a stage where I was like, oh my God, I hate that side of me and I want to do everything for that side not to come out and blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, well, everyone gets stressed. Everyone gets worked up. I've had immense stress and immense growth, people knowing who you are all of a sudden and all this stuff at once. Like, you're going to have like times where you're not the best version of yourself. And that's also okay.
Yeah. That is I call, like, to me, I'm like, that's a dark feminine, and I love her. Like, I tattooed that on me because I'm like,
you have to.
There's both, and both 100. Get to exist. And then don't wrong me. I'm not a bitch. I'm not this.
Exactly.
I am.
Yeah. You can still be stern and not be a bitch. And I think, like, I continue to learn that now. So I wouldn't say it's my lesson of last year. But, yeah, I just think, honestly, it was just self-reflection and being okay with looking at all sides of everything that happened. And I think I've got one more.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got one more. I think I take things really personally. It's a part of my personality, like, especially if it's like unjust or I'm hurt. And I think one thing I learned last year is, like, I just don't take things on anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be nasty or hurt my feelings or, I don't know, do wrong by me, like, it's all good. You're just parked.
Good.
You won't know that you're cut off, but you're just parked.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I don't have such a big response to things anymore. I think I'm very much like, all good.
That's a beautiful
noted
lesson, though. And I feel like altogether it's very also insightful for me, essentially, listening to that and reflective, because I'm like, it would be very rare, I do feel like, because you are, can I say your age?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Because I'm like, to me, I'm like, you're a young woman. You're 29. So you were 29. 30. Almost 30.
Watch out for the 30th in July.
Bitches, be wild. But you're 29. Like, right, okay, so let's say you're 30, right? You're a bear. And so I remember at 30, at 38, I'm still fucking figuring it out. But I feel like really powerfully and beautifully, like, so much of your come up. Because this has really grown. Kaarme has grown in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Right. So you went from 27 to 30 doing numbers in really a year as well. So you're in.
I think my first financial year, I was actually just thinking, I don't actually know what I did in my second financial year, but my first financial year, so from that November 23 to July 24, so like what, 6-7 months, I think I did $4,000. And then within up to now, we're like a multi-7-figure brand.
Incredible.
So like, if you actually, like, I wouldn't even know the actual statistics, but like,
Cat would. No.
Cat would know them. But that difference, like, and I think like, you know, going from that, having no money, I had no savings, nothing, to even having to see, dealing with money is a whole another thing, you know, you got to respect it.
Yep. And this is what I'm reflecting to you, because I'm like, I sit here and I'm like, you're this young woman who has had to go on this journey, still growing up. Yeah. So I am at 38. Like,
oh my God.
But figuring it out and figuring it out in it's not your first business, but it's like the first big business that's really you know, like really taken off. And then to sit there and go, and this is why I'm like, real meets real, like fucking respect. Because you'll be like, I just learned, because I can tell that I know like the reflection behind that reflection, and I'm like, interesting. Like, obviously it was big, it was stressful.
Yeah.
And you're like, actually, like, it was all like, I've learned as a woman that I can respond better or do better. Like,
absolutely.
Unreal. Like, I'm like, and this is why I'm like, Kaarme and Millie is going to be, it is a legacy brand. I really do think it is a legacy brand.
That's what we're doing. I'm trying really hard to build a legacy brand and build something that is made to last, you know.
Which you are.
Different, yeah.
So for the young founder, do you know what? I actually have I
always say young founder, but then I'm
like, you do, and that's why I'm repeating it.
I never know what to, because like, I mean young founder in terms of young where your business is, but not age. And then I find it, and then I think, is that really condescending?
No,
but I've
it's
never found another term.
No, it's not, because firstly, I've got a lot of beautiful younger women. So I know when you say, you actually mean like for the new business.
I mean like in a new business.
Because I've been in business for 13 years. Like realistically, not this. I've launched 3 companies in the last 3 years. So like kind of all this has come in the last 3 years. Yeah. But I've been in business for 13 years. I've been my own boss for 13 years. Yeah. So I'm not a young founder.
No.
Like, but I'm like humbly at your feet. Like you're like, I learn from you every day, but I know what you mean. But also there is an element. So my community, it is young women because it's the daughters of the women.
Yes.
Right? So they listen and they're not going to fucking go be wait. They're not. Like this next generation, AI is taking over all jobs. So for those women that are young, literally, that are looking to start a business, want to start a business, and then for the women that are in business, myself, 13 years or 1 year or 2 year or 3 year, that are still, we're all hustling.
Of course, hustling.
But like not at all at the level that you're at, right?
Yeah.
What's any advice for her? Yeah. What's like the 1 or the 2 or the 3 bits of advice for her?
I would say, you know, the really young, like the babies, like I was when I was like 20, like I would say like don't worry about starting a business yet. Like learn from someone who like get in the right rooms. Like I said yes to every opportunity. I worked my ass off. I learnt, I absorbed. I just think like work really fucking hard. Like if I could like encapsulate why I am where I am, is because I'm a hard worker, but that's not just with Kaarme. I've been hardworking my whole life.
I'm having an aha moment because so on this, by the way, and maybe it wasn't you on this. We'll fuck around and find out with this. But I love Sabi.
Yeah.
Right. I also off the mic was saying because Millie brings phenomenal guests in that you interview on your podcast. So I know some because I follow them. And you've worked for these people. And I'm like, you're the fucking success behind me. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. Did you sell mermaid earrings?
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay. I was like, no. Because I bought earrings off. I remember
I know who you're talking about though. Because I by the time I was working, helping Ash and Jace with content, they were already big.
Okay.
But I know who you're thinking of, and I can't remember what her name is, which is so annoying. I would love to be able to remember.
Sorry.
But I know who you're talking about.
But only because Ash shouted her out and I was like, oh, amazing, good. But it's funny because I'm like, so the work hard thing, just to reflect to you, like hearing some of the things and listening, I'm like, you have been very instrumental in some of the literal brands that I love and follow, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. So it's like
you worked so hard.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing, like, and there was a quote a few weeks ago actually, and I was like, you can be smarter than me, which people probably are. Like I have ADHD. I'm a terrible speller. I've got a million other faults, but you could never outwork me.
Yeah.
And like, I stand by that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think like that's what I would say to really young females. Like your brain's not even developed. Don't worry about what business you're going to do.
Yeah.
Just learn, absorb. I think anyone can start a business.
Yeah.
Anyone can start a business. I think it depends on who you are, your integrity, like your morals, like just learn and absorb. Like say yes to everything. Like that's what I would say to like a really young woman, someone who's a year or 2 in, and I get these DMs, like I can't even tell you. I reckon I get 20 of them a day. Like this is my brand. What would you recommend? I want to do this or I want to do this or I'm not sure. Nothing's working. Nothing's working. This is the same wording I get constantly. Like nothing is working. If nothing is working, there is a bottleneck. There is something that is wrong. And I think what people think is like, all right, I'm going to keep doing the same thing and I'm going to expect a different result. That is insanity.
Literally the definition. Yeah.
So I think, and like I say this with love because it's so easy for me to be like, I'm someone who can shop naturally. I love content. I love being forward facing. I've never had an issue with content. I think if you're a year or 2 in and you are fucking hustling, sit down and ask yourself, like, what is working in this business and what is not working? Where have I had little wins and where have what has failed? And have I followed those wins? Yeah.
It's hard, I will say.
It's so hard.
Because I had to do this recently with Talk Collective. Everyone knows Talk Collective. So, and my bottleneck was absolutely manufacturing costs.
Yeah. But
my manufacturing relationship, I had like a manufacturing manager. She's amazing. But I didn't have direct contact with the factory. So I was paying like double middleman. And it was really, really fucking hard.
So hard.
To sit down and have an honest conversation with myself, identify the bottleneck first and foremost, and then make the decision, which I knew was it was literally make or break in my company. Like there was no other way. But like then, so what follows from that is hard conversations, hard decisions. Like it's hard. Yeah. But if you want to be a big girl and put your big girl pants on, like you fucking have to do it.
Yeah. And like I just think like what people do is something will, like, for example, let's take TikTok. Yeah. They'll do a video, it'll go viral. And then the next day they'll do a video completely different.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like that video has just gone viral. Like follow that video.
Yeah, yeah.
Make that video in 25 different ways.
Yeah.
That's the same context.
Yeah.
And I say that now when I look back and I think, I have all this advice and I would never do it. And I just think that's it. Like, look at what's going right. And I hate to tell everyone, but content is the answer to 99.999% of problems. And you just have to get over it. I like, and I say it with love. Like, I really do. I don't want people being like, oh, yeah, well, it's so fucking easy for her. I get it. But content is the answer. People do not want to buy from that people want to buy from people. We are in an economic crisis.
Yep.
People can't even afford what they're eating at Woolies.
Yep.
So if they're buying from your brand, they want to know they're invested. They want a Facebook group. They want to be buying into something. They want to feel appreciated. They want to feel loved.
Yeah. It feels.
Without that, like without content, without somebody, whether it's you or someone you put in that role to be connecting with people, it just doesn't land.
Yeah.
You can't convey what your brand is.
Yeah. And I'm like, I love you brought that up because I'm like, that's so interesting because I don't like to talk about it with other business owners. I'm very political. I like politics. We won't go into it, but I'm like, we are in an economic crisis.
We are.
And I say to Ryan all the time, I'm like, I have an activewear brand, a studio and coaching. So it's like the stress and the pressure ultimately, but I get asked this every day in my DMs. It's like, but Anna, what are you doing? Showing the fuck up regardless. Like at the end of the day, I fundamentally believe, same as jewelry, there's still going to be people out there with money.
There is that much money in the world. Like I think where we go wrong is like people will be like, oh, I'm worried about what about this? That is a lack mentality.
Yes.
There are billionaires out there with 3 private jets. Like that isn't the problem. I think it's about respecting the people who choose to spend their last pennies with you.
Yeah.
That's the difference, I think. You know, I think you can never get into a lack mentality with business.
Yeah. 100%. But then, you said something then, and this is where I'm going with Talk Collective. I want to start the Facebook group, which is getting asked of me and demanded.
I can help you with that, babe.
Oh, amazing. But what I love about yours, so activewear or even a studio, we're not doing it for the studio, but it's like there is that almost community element because we get a lot of podcasters, amazing podcasters that go, gosh, I'd love to know who else podcasts here because I'd love to see if they'd like to be on mine, right? For example. Networking. So there's that community aspect element, networking, jewelry. What's your take? Because there's so many women that, and I know you're going to have a phenomenal answer. So it's like, and I know how I feel now because I already noticed, like I saw someone wearing your hat the other day and it was kind of like a not like, oh, we're people, right? So I feel like that. But how have you defined and how do you find building a community around a company or a product that isn't necessarily that people would look at that and automatically think, oh, like activewear, you can do a run club, you could do clothes swap, you can do things like that.
I think my community was built around me. And I think that might sound cocky or self-obsessed or whatever. I think it was built around watching someone. I was watching your stories last night and I think that's what I used to do. I used to get on the Kaarme stories and talk and be like, oh my God, we got this or I got this or, you know, those earrings I spoke about that were a disaster. Everyone was like, don't acknowledge it, just send an email. And I was like, that just feels wrong. And I got on stories and I said, guys, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I bought these earrings are not working and I'm really stressed and not a single person complained.
Yeah.
I think that community is who you are. Don't get me wrong, you need a good product. If you haven't got a good product, they'll buy once and they'll never return.
Never come back,
And that's not what you want. But I think community is what you make it. Community is like who you are as a human. It's how you show up. It's how much you give them.
Yeah.
And I think I look at a million other jewelry brands that are in the industry and there are some incredible people, but it's a very gatekept industry. Jewelry is very different to anything else, you know, and I'm sure people don't want to share their manufacturers and clothing either. It's a whole world, but it's just different, you know?
Yeah.
It's different, but I think community is you.
Yeah. And I didn't know that I don't know any of your answers, but I'm like, it's so powerful for the woman listening or the person, the human, because like, I always say I can hear the listener in my head and it's like, yeah, but easy for her or, yeah, but Anna, you've got an activewear brand or something. You've got jewelry. Like how does one build community? Because I know you have.
Yeah.
But it's that. It's like you are ultimately the founder that people are buying from, believing in and backing. And it's like.
I also do think like I love fashion. Like I'll post OOTDs on TikTok and I talk about, I think you have to be in the world of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like you love the gym, you lift weights, like you have an activewear brand. I love fashion. I wear woo-woo clothes. I love jewelry. You have to be like somewhat incorporated in what you're trying to build. Do you know what I mean? Like if I had an activewear brand, that's just not working. I drag myself to the gym 3 times a week for a 40-minute session. I'm like, when is this? Are we done this?
When is this done? Yeah.
Literally. I'm like, this is awful. But like that wouldn't work, right? So I'm not wearing activewear.
Yeah.
So I think like pick something that you fucking love because it's going to be a hard slog.
Well, that's it. I do think
be a hard slog.
this is what people like. The biggest thing that I would generally say to people when they're like, you have to love what you do.
You have to.
It's going to be hard, but you have to love it because on the days I woke up today and I literally like shit's just going on and I was like, I cannot be fucked with my day. But I put some makeup on and we get it done. This is like the thing I was most looking forward to. But it was like. You have to do it. And then when you're in it, when I got here and I was like doing all the things, I was like, God, I'm so lucky. Like, thank God I love what I do. Yeah. So I think that's a huge element.
Absolutely.
There is one more question actually which came up and I'm like, we're on the hour almost.
No,
we've got 6 more minutes. I started buying Kaarme. I've heard you sort of reference it on another podcast and I thought, let's unpack it because this is everyone's number one issue, competitors. Oh, not competitors, copycats.
Yeah.
So I started to buy Kaarme and then I don't know how the fuck, because I don't do ads and I'm about to start ads. I have never done ads. Everything's been organic.
Yeah.
So I don't understand it how it works, but I bought Kaarme and then all these copycat fucking brands started to advertise to me and I was like, pish posh, go away, like yuck, like swipe off.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that. And I'm also like, you are clearly trying to be Kaarme, for example.
Yep.
How do you mentally and like physically deal with that?
I'm not going to lie. I think I was actually listening to a podcast yesterday of a jewelry brand and she's been copied too and she was like, you know, they can't be me. I'm like, I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to find you. Like it has sent me like,
okay,
I'm going to be honest. It has sent me to some really dark places because I think this is my baby.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying I invented beaded jewelry. Like the fact that I even got a preliminary what I say, but I invented my brand. Yeah. Nobody was doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing the styles I was doing. Nobody was doing colourful jewelry. So it is so... You know what it was? It was just confronting. Yeah. I just didn't realize so many women, and I'm going to preface women and mothers, which I think just blows my fucking mind.
Yep.
The women that are raising the next generation, that is that is the biggest thing I've had to come to terms with. But it has been so shocking as someone who I think is a nice person, accepts my faults, that people are out there that just have no issue doing it.
Yeah.
It actually has been something I've really had to come to terms with. Like I just can't comprehend that. Yeah, I don't know.
And you just get on with it.
Yeah.
And this is what I want people to understand because in business, like it's an enormous thing. And I see and it hurts. It can take from your business. It's
100%. There's one girl at the moment who, and you know, I just don't even care. She sells her jewelry on Depop and she has Kaarme hashtagged. So like when everyone types in Kaarme, her brand comes up. And I just think like you just don't care. Like, and I'm not worried. I think the difference that people go, they're never going to be you. I don't need you to tell me that.
Yeah.
I'm very well aware. Like they're never going to be up because like I believe in the universe. I believe in higher power. He does his thing. She does her thing, whatever gender we're going on there.
Yeah.
But like I'm not worried about it. It's a lot to accept. Like when you see it and I think I'll never forget, and I say this to the girls at work, when I very first saw my first copycat, I wish I could just go back to that version of Millie and say, this is the least of your concerns.
Yeah.
Just try to hold on because this is nothing compared to what you're going to go through. I think it's just been like heartbreaking, I would say. I'm not worried they're going to be bigger than Kaarme. I'm not worried that they're going to do anything. They're not even a slice of what I've done.
Yeah.
I have built a brand. I don't even know what you're doing. But I think it's more confronting when most of them are mums. And I think I just don't know how And I say this to Kat and all the women at work. I'm like, if Otis ever came to me one day and said, Mimi, I really want to do this business and it's this. If I even knew that it was like remotely similar to something else, I'd be like, well, how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Could we do something like this? Like, I'll take on the world with you. But I would just never. And I think these women have got friends.
Yeah.
These women have got partners.
Do they?
And they all enable them to do it. They're all like, yeah, no. And I just think it's just been it's been shocking, I would say. And I think it's been something I've had to accept over time. Don't get me wrong, some of them still really get to me. Like I had a rant I had my silk bonnet on in bed the other night and I got on my stories and I was like, you know what, on Kaarme, I was like, no. And I thought, oh my God, all these new followers who are just coming to this beautifully curated jewelry brand and I'm there with my silk bonnet.
I wish I saw it. I didn't see it.
But sometimes it gets to me. Like it does.
I asked you because I just feel like no one is as honest as you.
No one speaks about it. Everyone's like, they can't touch me.
Yeah,
they really fuck me off though. And it's
but I see it for
hurtful.
other brands and I get very angry for them because I'm tiny. Like I design all my own things. So but no one knows me. So it's great right now.
But right now. Somebody will copy you. And this is the thing.
Yeah. But then I see it for other other brands that do it. And then the hill that they die on. And I'm like, the lack of integrity that you have. But then if the founder was asked from the other brand, they'd be like, I don't even know. And I'm like, you're a liar.
Yeah, I know.
Like it affects all of us. Like of course,
and they always go and copy everything from my web. This is the thing, right? These people think that I'm stupid. They copy. Kat has wrote our website. Our T's and C's, every single thing on that website, Katrina has sat there and written. And she's like, that's my writing.
Yeah, she's like, you
that's
literally took my sentence.
That's my stuff. Like every single thing they do is a copycat of Kaarme. And I just think like I'm getting better at handling it.
Beautiful.
Because I think that's age and maturity. And I think.
And time.
And I think giving yourself just the space to be like, I'm over it. But I will say like it's having people in your corner. Like I've got a girlfriend, Taryn, who was really high up at Esme and she's been really high up at all these other brands and she's incredible. And she'll always just say to me like, don't go low. And like the silk bonnet night, she was like, delete them, babe. Delete it. And I was like, I guess I'll delete it. And I'll go back through and I'll fucking delete them all. And I think it's just having people like that to kind of be like, come on.
That's
all
beautiful.
Good. You can whinge over a wine and fucking a steak night. You don't need to like jump on your stories. But sometimes I'll go low.
Yeah.
And I can. And I really want to come to your house.
Yeah.
I would love to knock on their door and be like, hi, Millie.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had them DM me and I've had people reach out and be like, I never knew you existed. Just for like a little bit of context about it. I think people don't really comprehend how bad it is. I used to buy not even my beads, nothing, a tiny few things from a jewelry wholesaler on the Gold Coast. And I knew them really well. I've been going there for like 3 years when they were tiny. And they've obviously seen Kaarme grow. And one day I was at and I'll never forget this day. Copycats had just kind of started and I was going in to get, they used to specially order me and some of these things. And I was going to pick them up and she pulled me into the back room and she was like, oh, just so you know, people are coming here asking how you make your jewelry.
She's a big deal, guys.
And I thought, I can't believe that A, they found out where I go to get the tiniest things and B, that like that's just how little fucks they give.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I have no advice for it. I think feel how you have to feel when someone copycats you, but I think remind yourself that if you're building a brand with legacy, it's because of you and nobody can be you.
But and I think the deepest reason why I asked that, there is no advice, but it's to hear the honest truth on the mic, which is like I can't tell you how I already know how much of a breath women are going to be taking when they listen to this. Like, oh, finally someone just tells the fucking truth.
Yeah.
Like, oh, someone just like.
And I'm brutal. Like I have like what a beautiful girl that has started a brand recently. She messaged me and she's like, I don't know how to cope. And I said, babe, don't even let it get to you because this is one of 100.
Yeah.
It's not even started.
Yeah.
So if I can give you one piece of advice, it's just block and delete. Like don't engage because it's only going to get worse. And if it builds up, it's a fucking volcano.
Yeah. Self-care. Self-care like you love yourself.
Self-care.
And we say it, we listen and we need to take that advice.
Yeah, I'm the worst. I'm like there until 10 p.m. working and I'm like, oh my God, Millie. Anyways.
Get your sleep. Okay, last thing and it's just going to be like, we'll tie it off because I know we're at the hour and this is why I brought my phone in because I could speak to you for 15 hours. what have we not covered? Like, what's the one thing as Millie, Kaarme, in this iteration, because I'd love to have you on as years go on.
Yeah, oh my God.
As this iteration of Millie at this point, 3-ish years in.
Yeah.
Craziest year of your life last year. Millions in revenue now.
Yeah. I would just say that I've always been who I am. I've never been anyone different. I think I always accept my faults. I always apologize when I've done the wrong thing. I always take responsibility. I always try to improve. And that's not saying that I'm God by any means, but I think I've always been who I am at work to who I am when I meet someone at Kmart, to who I am when I meet someone out, to how I speak to my staff, to how I treat my friends. Actually, they've really had to deal with my stress, but like I've always been the same person, and I'm really proud of that. And I think one thing that I'm taking into this year that is probably what everyone needs to hear is like, I made myself this thing this year is like, no matter whether it's podcast, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, I'm going to be so many places that you can't not see me. And that was like, I think that's really important. I think if you're trying to build somewhere, be as many places up as many people's asses as you possibly can be, that they're either talking about you or they're buying from you or they're being educated by you.
Or they're referring
you. And I think have good product.
Yeah, amen.
And if you have those 3 things, I think it's a recipe for perfection.
Yeah, amen. Millie Kaarme, I call you.
Millie Kaarme. Yeah.
I call you Millie Kaarme. Well, because I'm like, you are both.
Yeah,
like 100%. You are Millie and you are Kaarme.
Absolutely.
And I think it's so beautiful and it's so powerful. Yeah. And just thank you for your authenticity.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your voice. Thank you for your advice.
Oh, always.
It was a privilege. I, again, have learned so much. I know my listeners will have.
Love. I hope everyone's just been inspired.
They will. They will have. If you love this episode, of course, I know you're going to share it. Tag Millie.
Yeah.
Like I never say this, but if you share the snippets that I create from this and you love Millie, which I know you will, or DM her, DM at In Real Time with Millie. I will put all your links, don't you worry, in the show notes.
I'll be here.
I
always respond to DMs. Like, I really do my absolute best. So if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah. But I would love my queens in my community to like DM you just with love. Don't ask anything from her actually. Just love her and tell her what you got from this episode, because I cannot tell you how much, honestly, and Ryan said it. He's like, I'm watching you change as a businesswoman like in front of my eyes, just like the action. And I take action, but not like I have been just from listening to your podcast.
I love
give her all of the like feedback of what you took on from this episode. Show her some love. And until next time, my loves, stay wild.